Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the weekend, and yet another Masters of the Swords tournament live stream is here. That's right, ladies. We are streaming, and you guessed it, the First League. Goodness me, we've streamed so many First Leagues, I shouldn't even have to say it anymore. But this is where only the best of the best teams make it. Today, once again, with two teams that have made names for themselves and are here to take away the top prize. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this tournament, like I say, every single stream takes away the top prize, that being not one, not two, not three, not 10, but 16 million crystals. The infamous Impulse Paint the Spectrum MB module with 20% protection from every single turret in the game, along with mines, amongst other fancy things. But more on that later. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Mikaelson, otherwise known as Tony, and I am your commentator for tonight again. But this time I'm joined by our lovely Zachary too. So without further ado, please welcome Zachary. Hello, Zachary. How's it going? How are you doing on this fine day?
Good. How are you? I'm glad to be here for the weekend.
Lovely. No, I'm great as well. I'm glad you could make it, and by the looks of it, so are other people. and the battle is just getting started as we speak. For those that don't know, we are streaming the top league of the Masters of the Swords tournament with the very well known Silvers playing on the blue side, and going against them today are the infamous Eternity Advanced, the most recent champions of the Clan Championships, of course, playing on the red side. We're playing in the live format, and which, to put it into simple terms, is as follows: no more than 5 railguns per team, no more than 2 hunters or wasps per team. Same goes for medium hulls. Smoky can only be used on a light hull, that being either a wasp or a hornet. Both turrets must have an alteration equipped throughout the entire tournament. Railguns users must use the shell stabilization alterations, whereas the Smoky users must use the assault rounds. As for protection modules, 35% from Smoky can be used on light hulls, and 35% from Railgun can be used on 2 hulls from each team. Other things such as micro updates and supplies are, of course, off. And with the boring information now out of the way, let's focus on the battle itself. And once again, we have Eternity Advanced playing on the red side and Silvers on the reds. Eternity Advanced playing on the red side and Silvers on the blue side. Teams have already self-destructed, which means we are ready to rumble, if you will. Zachary, any predictions before we begin as to who might win tonight?
I don't know, Tony. I would say my money is on Silvers this round. I don't know. I mean,
You
Eternity
know,
Advance definitely has some skill, but Silvers has won very huge tournaments in the past as well. So I don't know.
exactly. No, I mean, Eternity Advanced are the former champions of clan championships, but you do have to realize the fact that just because they are doesn't mean they'll come here and take away the trophy as well, because that was a completely different format as to this is. And when you did mention Silvers that might take away the spot, I did realize that Silvers have gotten a really good streak in this tournament.
Yeah, indeed.
They won 5 games, tied 4, lost none, and their overall points come up to 19. One of the leading clans, if not the leading clan in this tournament. They have also won against Eternity Advanced once already in this tournament. So we're just going to see if they're able to keep that title, or if Eternity Advanced will come back and revenge them. Whereas Eternity Advance, on the other hand, they won 3 games, tied 3, and lost 3, bringing their total points up to only 12. So Silvers are definitely leading up. Even if they lose this, they still have a lot of points for Eternity Advance to catch up to. We'll just have to see, really.
Yes, indeed. So we see the teams trying to take a stance on Eternity Advance, definitely defending a lot. Same with Silvers as well. So there hasn't been that much attack this match yet, but hopefully we'll get to see some.
I mean, we're only 3 minutes into the game. It'll be
Yeah.
hard to expect the teams to already play on the offense side, but I can see Eternity Advance doing a lot more pushes. Megapit and Semgod now both making their way onto the base. Semgod, Nitro, and Double Armor going against the Live Without... I Live Without Laws. Let's see how many laws he breaks in this game. I sure as hell hope he doesn't break any, because that's not going to look good for their team. AV now full supplies, making his way onto the base, takes that flag, getting spotted by a Warrior of Light also there, but Semgod there to support his teammates. AV full HP, full supplies, does lose that Nitro and double damage, but getting supported by Semgod pretty nicely with double armor, and who now takes Nitro as well. AB going pretty strong, but Q56 making his way onto the base, takes the flag, won't be able to survive for too long, and it appears that AB does make that first capture for Eternity Advance, and it is already looking very nicely, very promising for the Eternity Advance team.
Indeed. This is the first flag of the match. So it is, like Tony said, 1-0, Eternity advanced right now, but there is plenty of time for Silvers to capture that one flag. I
But
also want.
we saw that Eternity Advance captured within about 4 minutes, which is quite strong considering the fact that these two teams are on the top league. Whereas other matches when we saw Eternity Advance play against Penguins or Valvens, the Vavi, they weren't able to capture flags that quickly or swiftly, if you must. But they've shown a lot more strength here working together as a team. And I'm so sorry to interrupt you. You can continue.
Oh, not a problem. I was just about to say, like, I've been doing a couple of reviews from the past week on these matches, and I definitely want to say, like, Q56 and I Live Without Loss, they both show tremendous strength and tremendous skills, especially last week in these matches. I would say like those two players are the top two players. I would definitely uh, give them like 5 stars, 5 out of 5 stars if there was such a system. But they're really good.
No, yeah. No, I know. I think we should. I was talking with somebody else, and I apologize because I cannot remember their name. They were talking about how we might or should have a MVP system, or maybe I read it somewhere, an MVP system like back in the day with Star Ladder. I think such a system would be very nice. I'm not quite sure why we got rid of it. Something like that would be very nice. At the end of each round, we might get to see how the players did, who might have been the MVP, who dealt the most damage, who was the most vulnerable player, who was the least vulnerable player, and such things like that. That would be very helpful, and you give us some more insight on how the players are playing. Really, this will be quite useful for clan leaders and stuff as well. But we'll have to see. It's just wishful thinking, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there's always room for improvement. Indeed, within esports, we're growing every single day. So that's a huge positive about esports.
It sure is, yes. And for other people in the chat as well, while we're just watching the battle and on the topic of playing in the esports matches and whatnot, if you guys do want to participate in tournaments, although you can't participate in this one since this is exclusive to First League and Second League tournament teams, you can, however, participate in other tournaments that are open to the general public. So go onto the Tanki Online esports site, the tournament site, and sign your team up, sign yourself up, and there might be new tournaments coming soon. Who knows?
Indeed, we have the solo tournament, and I believe there is 2 versus 2 as well in Masters of the
There's a
Sword.
3v3 as well. There's a
Yeah.
tandem and there's a trio as well. Those are tournaments that were open to the general public. I think the registrations are now closed and it's in full swing. But tournaments like that and more tournaments do come along. So sign yourself up and look around, and you never know when there might be an open spot for you or your turn to stream it. You go up to the finals or close to it and give you a spotlight.
So we have Eternity Advance staying that middle ground. You don't see that there isn't really anyone in their base. But we also have Eternity Advance. Oh wait, did I say Eternity? Silvers, excuse me. There aren't many people on Silver's base. Eternity Advance is trying to attack.
Well, Eternity Advanced, all they have to do is, in this game, kind of defend really, hold on to the flag and then play as defensively as possible. Whereas Silvers are more onto the offense side. I can see Spider-Man Mr. Eternity, quite an iconic or ironic name, should I say, considering the fact they're going against Eternity Advanced tonight. Them making their way forward. I Live Without Laws with double armor, Nitro. Double armor and double damage, getting supported by Q56, making their way now throughout the middle bridge, going very nicely into the base, but are very exposed from all angles, really.
Indeed. You know, should also point out that their tactics are very, very uh, intriguing because you have hunters, people who have railgun and hunters attacking rather than defending. So I find that very interesting, rather than like a railgun
And
wasp and
Eternity advanced with just a few seconds left, and now coming more onto the offense side. Oh, sorry, defense side. Actually, Semgod, AV, Raf, Mega Pit, all onto the base. Same goes with Dexars, all onto the base, making sure that those last seconds, Silvers aren't able to hold on to a flag and take them to their base. All of the Silver side now moving on, but unable to hold on to the flag at all successfully. With less than 20 seconds left now, I'm going to have to say that Silvers were not able to get a capture, and the Eternity Advanced are going to win this. And yeah, that's all really. Eternity Advance win one flag, buy one flag, and capture to win the tournament. And it appears that we are now going to have a um, a promo code, ladies and gentlemen. They will be on your screen just in a moment. A question, and if you know the answer to that question, please follow the link sent by our lovely Chains of Pain. Use that Google forum link, put your nickname in, and put the answer to that question if you know it, and win yourself a promo code. The winners for those promo codes will be drawn out after the next round. And the question is, what is the paint that each player has? What paint does every single player in Tanki Online have as soon as they sign up, regardless? So, if you know the answer to that question, use the Google forum link sent by Chains of Pain. Put your Tanki Online nickname in and then put the answer to that question in. And once the following round, the second round ends, we'll pick out the winners that answered correctly, and their promo codes will be sent to them in the Tanki Online English forum via private messages. So again, if you know the answer to the question, use that Google forum link to answer, put your nickname in, and the winners will be selected after the second round ends. Well, Zachary, the first round, Eternity advanced to won with just one flag capture. They were very defensive at the end right there. Do you think they can keep up that, or will Silvers be able to take the spot back and show us something they haven't already in this game?
I honestly don't know. I really feel like that Silvers will be able to come back. Like I said, Q56 and I Live Without Laws. Maybe particularly this will be that was a warm up match for them, so possibly we'll see more action from Silvers.
Right. Okay. I can see a few questions in the chat saying, "Oh, hey, there's two paints," and just exclude the holiday paint. Not the holiday paint, whatever other paint the people have. Answer that in. There is only one paint, excluding the holiday one. Anyhow, hey Zachary, you have some fans in the chat. Might want to say
Oh,
hello.
hello, hello. Licks. I hope that's what your name is.
Yes,
Yeah, what up,
me. Wow,
bot?
you're getting more fans, Zachary. How'd you do this?
I don't know. People will come from
What do you mean you don't know? I come on here every single day, and nobody else says hello to me. That isn't nice.
Oh, they just said, "Hey, Mikaelson."
Well, excluding that one, of course.
Well, you have to
Anyhow,
scroll up, man.
that's true. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anyhow, the battle has already started. We now have Eternity Advanced playing on the blue side, and going against them are, of course, Silvers playing on the red side. First round went to Eternity Advanced with just one flag in the lead. And you heard our co-commentator here, Zachary, saying that perhaps that was their warm-up round, and I sure as hell hope it was, because they're gonna have to show us something more. But you also have to keep in mind that they are in the lead in the tournament. They've got 19 points. That is a lot of points. Eternity advanced with only 12, and it looks like Semgod with full supplies upside down on his track. How unlucky.
uh, we joke about these things all the time.
Everybody's
We do
saying
like
hello
straight
to me
shot.
now.
There we
Yeah, no,
go. Now
everybody's
you're
saying
getting
hello
some
now.
love.
Hello to Poseidon or the chemistry guy. Hello to Links. Hello to Cheerful Crime. Ali. Who else? Yaz. Once again, Cheerful Majid. Everybody else. I'm glad you all are here. I'm glad you joined. Lenmal, holding on to that flag, passes it on to I Live Without Laws, going forward with Nitro now. Almost full HP, getting supported by Yamal again. Warrior of Light also coming to support the base carrier, actually making his way forward. Unable to shoot the flag carrier, Dexa does manage to get the shot on him, but I Live Without Laws captures that first flag within roughly 3 minutes of the round starting, and it appears that it might have been a warm-up round, like you said, Zachary, because they're
Yeah, indeed.
definitely coming back.
Yeah, indeed. It's already 1-0. They captured a flag sooner than Eternity Advanced did the first round. Within 3 minutes. That's very impressive. Like you said before, both teams are tier 1 clans. And they're best of the best. It's just insane to think that
They are
a
indeed.
clan can
Q57 making his way now forward. Lenyarm or Lenmar getting supported by the flag carrier. He takes over the flag with full HP. Spider-Man, Ronaldo, and sorry, not Ronaldo, Ricardo, and Warrior help capture that flag. 2-0 for Silvers, and they have definitely stepped up their game, capturing two flags all within the span of 4 minutes, really. Semgod, full supplies, making his way swiftly onto the base. Spider-Man does spot him, but is he going to be able to stick to him? No, he does not. Semgod, full supplies once again. Eyelaggers, Nitro, and Double Armor trying to take down the defenders. Rafters managed to take that flag, doesn't survive for too long. Eyelaggers will be able to take over the flag, but with very little HP, isn't able to survive for too long at all.
Then I also want to point out that there
As he said,
really isn't
go watch
any people.
Penguins versus Duplo as stream and are dominating right now. Well, I mean, we're not streaming Penguins as of this moment. We've streamed quite a few of Penguins game. We might do it in the future. We might not. But for now, we do have Silvers versus Eternity Advanced.
Indeed. Um, I just want to say, like, as I was trying to
Zachary.
say, point out before, that there really isn't that many people in Eternity Advance's base, but we'll still try to. They're still trying to defend, and both teams are
Questions,
trying to do.
questions in the chat. Oh, Zachary, I think your mic might be a little lagging. Not sure if that's just to me or everybody, but I do hear a few questions, or at least I see a few questions regarding the promo codes in the chat. The correct answer, and it was probably our mistake here. We didn't specify that it was not the holiday paint, but if you answered the holiday paint or the green paint, that is the correct answer as well. So both answers will be accepted, and the winners that answered correctly will be chosen in the round after. Sorry, as soon as the four. Yes, accepted.
As we get in more in depth into the
By
game, it's just getting very, very intense right now because Eternity Advanced are focusing more on defending rather than attacking because they already are down by 2 flags. But again, there are 4 minutes left, and they can definitely get 2 flags in there before, like we saw earlier this round with Silvers.
And we can see Dexar now making his way onto the flag. Won't be able to carry it for too long, though. He doesn't have too much HP. Sam God supporting him right back there.
And then
Sorry,
Sem.
Dexar passes the flag on to Semgod with double armor, double nitro, making his way forward. Does get stuck by the wall, but Semgod swiftly making his way forwards. Warrior of Light gets taken down by the other side, but Semgod definitely going to need some assistance from his teammate, and it looks like Mega Pit might be the one going after it. Actually, in Rafa, Legmal does miss that shot, and if all goes well, Sam isn't able takes over and does capture that flag. First capture for the blue side, the Eternity Advance side, and it is 2-1. Um, Silver still in the lead with one flag, a little over under 3 minutes left now. Q56 making his way forward, isn't able to survive for too long. I live without laws. Double armor, almost full HP going towards that flag, and they will be able to hold on to it, move back as Mega Pit comes right after him. For the Eternity Advanced team, we can see Semgard, double armor, Nitro making his way forward, getting supported by that repair kit. Mega Pit is able to retrieve that flag and bring it home for his team. Semgard, full supplies now, making his way forward. Q57 spots him, and um, so does the XP player who takes the repair kit full HP now. Q57 doing remarkable damage to the attackers coming forward from the Eternity Advanced team. Ilegust a little under half HP and double armor making his way forward to the base. Probably won't be able to survive for too long. There are three defenders, two now. Raf also making his way. Presidium or the chemistry guy asks which paint was the correct answer. The correct answer was holiday or the green paint. Either one of those would have been acceptable. So if you answered holiday or if you answered green, you got the correct answer, and the winners will be drawn a little under 2 minutes from now. Semgod getting supported by his teammate, carries the flag through, but isn't able to survive for too long. I live without laws, breaks the rules, and retrieves that. Don't hear Zachary and Zachary, where are you? Speaker.
Oh,
What do you think about all this?
it's just, I was hopefully I was right a little bit before about that warm up round. So maybe Silvers will take over for these rounds, these upcoming rounds, and we'll see them possibly keep their first place in the tournament.
Indeed, and to be Silvers, yeah, it was. I think it might have been their warm up. They were getting the feel of play on this match because losing the first round is completely fine. Losing the others is not, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're making sure that they do not lose this round. We have a little under we have a little under 30 seconds left now, and seems like Silvers are still going to be in the lead with one flag. Semgard takes that flag from the base, won't be able to survive for too long though. 5 seconds left, and I'm gonna have to say that it is indeed a win for Silvers. Both teams played quite well in this game. Silvers definitely stepped up, and we're in the lead by one flag. Both teams overall now have won one round, which means as of right now it is a tie. And the Beast says if you reply to this, he'll give me $100. What do you think, Zachary? Should I reply to him?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I think miss the Beast. I think I'll save you $100 and you keep that to yourself. Anyhow, as of right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the winners, or at least the people that answered correctly in that giveaway, and we're going to pick out the winners just about now. That is if our broadcasters are able to put the nicknames in. There we go. Goodness me, we have a lot of nicknames. Wow. Okay, all these players that are now in the list have answered correctly, and we'll pick out the winners. And it appears that the winners are chosen, and I'm going to read them out right now. It is Cheerful, I know cheerful. I'm glad you won. The Lonely Lion and 37 something. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. And Mystic, you four won the giveaway and will be contacted in your Tanki Online English forum private messages. So make sure you guys are registered, because if you're not registered, Zachary here will eat your promo codes. Believe me. Listen,
Yes, yes.
he'll eat promo codes. All right. So if you don't go onto the Tanki Online English forum, don't register yourself in, and if you don't claim your promo codes, he'll be the first one to eat your promo codes. So make sure you are registered and do indeed redeem them. In the promo code, there could be containers, premium, crystals, and amongst other things. If you do get containers, however, possibilities are limitless, because you can win up to 1,000,000 crystals, and who doesn't want to win 1,000,000 crystals?
Yeah, that's
Anyhow,
just that's just a insane amount of crystals if you think about it, just from one container.
what was the biggest reward you've won, Zachary, from containers?
Ah, I'm not sure. Like crystal amount?
Anything really. Like, what was the best thing? Maybe it was an XT item, maybe it was crystals. What was the best thing, or something you were overjoyed, if you will, to see it pop out from the containers?
I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't won any XT items per se because I already have all of the XT items. But I would say
Buyer. Goodness me, my cough today. I'm sorry.
I don't want to be that type of person, but um I get that's I'm going for ammunitions right now, so possibly any of the colored ammunitions really, or the barbed wire paint
Mm.
was a really good
This
one that I
is,
like.
ladies and gentlemen, this is how you know he's such a big buyer. He doesn't care about anything but shot colors as of this moment, because he's got everything else. So if you want to roast him or something, his name is Zachary. All right, in the live stream chat, go ahead. I'll read it out in the live stream chat. Don't worry about that. Anyhow, beside him says that, is Tony not available in containers? Oh gosh. No. That's unlucky. I'm guessing I'm not available in containers. Anyhow, teams have already started. We are seeing the blue side, which is of course Silver's pushing through already. Mikaelson, I live without law onto the base. The red team was pushing through. My bad. The Eternity Advanced team was pushing through, but wasn't able to survive for too long.
Indeed. So what do you think your prediction is going to be, Tony, for this round?
For this round, I think that Eternity Advanced are going to be able to capture one flag, but Silvers are possibly going to be able to come back, because Eternity Advanced did quite well on the red side in the first round. That is if, of course, Silvers aren't able to surprise us with something even remarkable than they already have, and make sure that Eternity Advanced aren't able to get through. Stem Guard, Nitro, double armor. He's controlling drops very well, I must have to say. Going forward now onto the base, getting supported by Spider-Man and the XP player.
And we see Q56 going into the Eternity Advanced base. He has very low health, but he gets killed, and it looks like that Dexar will return the flag for Silvers.
And Zachary, there's a few you. Jono asks, how many times did you use your mom's credit card?
Oh my god.
So go on, tell us, how many times did you steal from your mother and get a credit card in the game?
So actually, that's the ironic part. I worked for my money. I didn't get hand me down.
See, now, guys, ladies, he definitely got his mother's credit card and bought everything.
No.
He's gonna get a beat down right after this live stream. You mark my words. This is why he hasn't been here and it was me on this live stream. Anyhow, next, or at least the statement from Crime says, Zachary be like, nobody liked me in real life.
Inside laughing out of fear. Yeah. I mean, it's not just in Tanki Online as well as Tanki X. I mean, so
Yes, he's a big buy. He buys in both games, but at least you're keeping the developers quite happy. Anyhow, on the bridge we saw, on the bridge we a flag just sitting there, people coming forward, but it's very exposed. So whoever goes forward is bound to get hit. I Live Without Laws does manage to take it, but gets shot down quite quickly with Mega Pick quickly retrieving that flag and actually captures it. He actually captures. Wow.
what a
Well,
joke.
like I said, yes. Well, like I said, I did think that the Eternity Advance would have been able to capture one flag, and they did indeed capture one flag. But now it's up to Silvers to show us something they haven't already in this round. They have about 5 minutes to capture two flags and win this round. We'll see who gets the crown for this round. AV and Raf both making their way forward now onto the base. AV does get taken down. Raf, Nitro, and Double Armor making his way forward, getting unnoticed. Very sneaky. Raf now making his way forward again, right behind the XP player Samgard there to support his teammate. Raf, half HP, passes the flag onto Samgard. Megapay and Dex are also there to help the teammate along should they need it. Warrior of Light and Landmar now onto the base. Warrior of Light might be able to take that flag, won't be able to survive for too long though. He doesn't indeed survive for too long. Spider-Man right behind the flag carrier with his smoky doesn't able to take him down. Samgard does manage to capture that second flag for his teammate though.
Do you think Tony will see the first loss of Silvers this game for the tournament?
Oh, that's quite interesting because you see, Eternity Advance is doing well on the red side. They aren't doing so well on the blue side, and the blue side is the next one. So, if I was to guess, I think it might be looking at what the scores are right now. I think it might just be a tie, another tie for Silvers. They won't lose. They're not going to let go that easily. But you also have to consider the fact that Eternity Advance did lose once to Silver, so they might be more looking forward to their revenge and get that victory a lot more than a lot more than Silvers might want it, considering the fact that they are in the lead. They could go easy. They might not try as hard. But we'll see. Two flags in the lead with the Eternity Advance. Silver still have a little over 3 minutes to outprove us and then prove that they are able to take this very seriously, regardless of how many points or how many wins they have in this tournament. What about you? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, like you said, you brought up a good point. Both teams have whoever's in the blue base have lost so far, and I think that the red base does give an advantage because they do have that higher ground in their base, so they're definitely it's definitely easier for them to just defend their camp in one spot and just kill people left and right.
Indeed, and Eternity Advance now going after Q57, who took that flag, wasn't able to deliver through though. Questions from the live stream. I'm glad people were having a good laugh too. The chemistry guy, Sadium, says that I am stealing my mother's card too. Believe me, no, I am not. I will never ever do that. But Zachary will. Believe me, he will.
Oh,
Ollie, Ollie 2008. There'll be another question. Well, I part, but there is a question coming right up after this round ends. So do stick by to win some promo codes. Who doesn't like promo codes? Is the forum working for everyone? The forum might be down. I'm not quite sure. I'm still with commentating here, so I can't tell you. But if it is down, just wait a few minutes and it'll be back up. Don't worry. Nothing is going to get lost. Warrior of Light onto the base, but won't be able to survive for too long. Not quite sure why he pushed alone, but he does get destroyed. Decks are now moving on to the base Spider-Man and Q57, making their way onto him, trying to kill him. Sam God also making his way forward, wasn't able to survive too long. There is a repair kit waiting up there for anybody that wants it. D-Todd FM coming right into the live stream chat, quite out of the blue. He always comes at the right of the blue. Says, excuse me, says he doesn't like promo codes and the forum is down for a bit. I'll be back up. Well,
I'll definitely
well.
take those promo codes, guys. If you just want to send them
Yes,
in
no,
my
see, I
Discord
told
PM.
you. Not only does Zachary steal his mother's credit card, he
No,
also eats
hey,
promo codes.
hey, no,
So,
no.
listen, be careful. Be
I
careful.
work for my money. I don't steal anything.
Uh-huh. That is a very nice way to hide the fact that you stole his credit card. You know
Mhm.
what? If I knew Zachary's mother, I would tell her to watch this stream and find out exactly all the devious acts that Zachary gets on behind her back.
Yeah. She would not be happy.
I'm quite sure she would not be happy.
She doesn't know anything.
Well, a little under 5 seconds left. The battle just ended. 2 flags in the lead, and Eternity advanced. To my surprise, just won. 2 flags in the lead. That is the most flags in the lead that we saw in this game. Um, Details is he's calling your mother, young man. Well,
Young man.
Eternity advance are in the lead now. 2 rounds won, and Silvers with just a 1 round won. We're going to play one more round after this one. But for now, we're going to have promo codes or at least a question on your screen to answer. Well, if yeah, you know what, Pasadima, I might just send the stream to his mother. Anyhow, ladies, question is now up on your screen. What is the name of the paint owned by the infamous Sid Loeb? All the players might recognize the name Sid Loeb, but if you don't, the wiki is a great way to find out what paint he owns, and it is exclusive to him only. If you know the answer to it, use the Google form link sent by our lovely Oliver or Chains of Pain in the in the live stream chat. Use the Google forum link, put your nickname in, and put the answer to that question in, and well, if you answered correctly, you might be drawn as one of the lucky winners after the current round. If you know the question, no, Dita, don't give answers or at least clues. What is the name of the paint owned by Sid Loeb? If you know the answer to that question, type it in the Google form link sent by Chains of Pain with your Tanki Online nickname. Winners will be selected after the round that we will play, the final and the fourth round that we will play now, and you might win promo codes. Promo codes will, if you're a winner, the promo codes will be sent in your Tanki Online English forum private messages. That is where you'll get your promo codes. And like I said before too, and like Zachary has already proven, if you do not redeem it, he'll eat it or he'll steal it, okay? You don't want either of those happening. So as soon as you get it, go and redeem the code as fast as possible. Oh, goodness me, those are a lot of words. Zachary, I am so sorry. I'm like, I don't know, what is the word here? Completely annihilating you on live stream.
It's
Maybe.
not a problem. Not a problem.
Zaidin said Sid Loeb is Zachary, but he wasn't a buyer. Or a stealer of the mother's credit card. Just had to add that one in there.
Oh my god.
Anyhow, listen, guys, if you see Zachary anywhere, be it in the Tanki Online forums, wherever you see him, just call him the mother
No.
credit card.
No. Okay. Luckily, there's only 22 people watching, so.
Don't worry, it's gonna spread like wildfire.
You know, never say never.
Never say never. Wow. I just got information from one of our helpers here, Change of Pain, and he says everybody that answered correctly, and the answer was Lord. The paint was called a Lord. And if that was your answer, and all the people that answered correctly, you will be drawn into the lucky draw as soon as this round ends. The battle has started. We can already see teams making a push for themselves. Eternity Advance playing on the red side, and of course, Silver's playing on the blue side. Um, Eternity Advance making their way forward. Wait a minute. That isn't right. Eternity Advanced are playing on the blue side, and Silvers are playing on the red side. Might want to switch that around, our lovely broadcasters. I was just looking there and I was like, wait a minute. No, that can't be right. Anyhow, let's see. Where are we? Okay. Eternity Advance playing on the blue side with Mega Raf. Actually, decks are Legas, Semgod, amongst others, and we or Silver's playing on the red side. Ilegas making his way forward, unable to hold on to the flag, though. Warrior of Light going through the middle. Bridge, Semgod there to greet him. Doesn't manage to get a shot on him, though. Raph with his double damage, making his way forward, or at least trying to get a shot on a Live Without Laws. And he does, in fact, get him with his double damage. Also takes down Lenmar. There we go. Our broadcaster forgot to update the scoreboards, but they are now updated and they are right. Silver's on the red side and Eternity Advance on the blue side. Oh,
um, so we
okay.
definitely want to point out that, as we said before, every team that has been on the blue side has lost. But I really feel like if Eternity Advance has the best, has a really great tactic in mind, they might hand Silver's their first loss. You just have to
Well, I mean,
be
we're
better
gonna
defending.
have to see.
Yeah, we have 6 minutes and 45 seconds left, so there is still a lot of time. So never say never with that. I Live Without Laws has, or he had, low health, but he gets killed. Warrior of Light trying to take the flag. He has low health as well, but he is getting some support from Q56. Q56 takes the flag. And there aren't that many people from Eternity Advance trying to get him, but he ends up capturing the flag, making it 1-0 for Silvers.
Indeed. Just proves the theory, really, that the red actually have an advantage. Because every time the red team, whichever team was on the red team, sorry, I just had to point out the Q57 with his nitro trying to go for that repair kit just went on his tracks. What a miserable way to go down. Gosh, that must hurt. And if anybody here is good at making gifs or making gifs, make sure you record that and send me that gif because I want those gifs. I don't know why. I just love seeing people going upside down on their tracks, especially when they're trying to do something or pull something off, like Q56 trying to get that repair kit. Sam got full supplies, getting supported by Dexa and Legos, moving onto the flag now. Spider-Man, Q56, both trying to get him, both miss. Semgod getting spotted by Ilegus just behind him. With Nitro only now, very little HP. Ilegus will be able to take over. XP player does miss him. Ilegus now going forward, but because there's about 4 people from the other side. Ilegus might not be able to go too far. Goodness me, he just goes over that.
He gets out of that predicament. Wow.
Indeed, very little HP, but does get supported by Semgod right behind his tracks. Semgod now going right behind him. We can see Legmar or Lenimal making his way forward. Doesn't make it too far. Spider-Man also coming through. Isn't able to take the flag carrier down, or Q57 does, but Mega Pit finishing that job off, finishing the job that the team started, and captures that flag. Capturing the flag on the blue side must be hard, but Eternity Advance did it, and it's 1-1. And if Silvers aren't able to step up their game, Eternity Advance are, like you said, going to hand Silvers their first loss of the entire tournament.
That would be definitely devastating to their mindset, and their progress forward through the tournament, as it
You know,
is
I would
more than
I would
halfway through.
say so. I mean, it might be their first loss, but it is their first loss after all. They've won 5 and tied 4 matches. Besides, they've won Eternity Advanced once already. So, them beating them again wouldn't really mess too much with them. If you get what I mean, because they're ahead of points, they're ahead of wins, they're ahead of well, then they'll be tied with Eternity Advanced because Eternity Advanced beat them once. They've beat Eternity Advanced once. So, I don't think it would mess around with their heads too much, but it's definitely going to be a huge win for Eternity Advance should they win silvers.
Yeah, indeed. But I definitely have to point out that they have Eternity Advance definitely has been defending a lot more the Smash than prior matches. So I think they finally picked up that tip that they needed to defend more in the blue base
Indeed,
than they did the red
and
base.
the blue flag just sitting there. Really, Langmar almost retrieving that flag, unable to do so though. Warrior coming on to hold that flag, almost full HP, going right behind the flag, the house rather, with double armor and Nitro. Ilegus on the other side, full HP. Nobody there to attack him at all. Spider-Man does make his way forward, but won't be able to survive for too long. Very little HP with Semgod right on his tracks. I live without laws going through, but Dexa does spot him and possibly will be able to take him down. Does indeed take him down. Um, Q56 making his way forward, but Mega Pick, Semgod, Raf actually are there to make sure he doesn't make it too far. Lenny Mal with Nitro going around those houses. Mega Pick does spot him, and Raf might be able to just finish that job off. He does indeed. He finishes him off. Spider-Man with Nitro. Sorry, with double armor. Same goes for Milios. Making their way forward with I Live Without Laws, Nitro, making their way onto Legus now. Legus isn't that protected. Mega Pit being the only one to actually defend. On the other side, however, we can see Ivoria of Light. Pretty much they're unspotted and resting, if you will, right behind that house, actually with double armor and double damage, trying to take down or at least try to hit as many people as possible.
Yeah, indeed. Both players with the flag taking cover, making sure that they do not lose any health points, so they can successfully deliver the flag.
Indeed, Semgod now making his way forward. Nitro and double armor warrior of light panics and moves on with not too much HP. Dexar coming now the other side of that map, or at least the player. Dexar misses, but is still on the back of iWarrior, unable to do any damage to that flag carrier. Semgod does manage to get a hit on Warrior, rendering him quite vulnerable. I Live Without Laws takes over, changes the equipment as well. Now making his way forward, and it looks like it is indeed a capture. The second one for Silvers, actually. Second one for Silvers, and within seconds they were able to capture that flag. Very close to losing, actually. But it appears that it's going to be a draw. Both teams able to capture flags enough, and red team, every team in the red team won. And last second capture, 3 seconds left, and it appears that Eternity Advanced are not going to win this round. But at least they got a tie. At least there wasn't a loss like they did last time against Silvers. And well, they're able to get 1 point instead of 0. And I guess it's better than nothing, right?
Indeed, definitely very, very nice try of Eternity Advance, giving Silvers their first loss. But right at the last second, we had that flag capture, and it was 2-1 that round. Great
Indeed,
job by both teams.
Silvers must have panicked because it was last second capture. I would have panicked if I was in their place. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, with that out of the way, I just quickly want to say a huge win, or at least a huge draw, if you will, to both of the teams. Both teams will get 1 point, but right now on your screens we can see the winners, or at least the people that answered correctly in this giveaway. We have the Master, Wife General. We've got God. Sorry, we've got a ton of people. I'm not going to read them all, but winners will now be selected, and our broadcasters will be able to select those winners. I think 3 winners or something along those lines, and we've already got it 4 winners actually. We have B9L word underscore Lord. Quite ironic since the answer was Lord. Mr. 37, whatever your first name is, I can't really pronounce that. He won again and scaled. So these 4 players will be contacted once again in the English Tanki Online forum. And for anybody else trying to grab those last second promo codes, we're now going to have a 3rd and final quiz to win more promo codes. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to answer the last question, which must be searched, because I couldn't remember that on the top of my head, and I'm quite sure no will a lot of people. So get your Google ready, get your Tanki Online Wiki ready, because the question is, wait for it, where's it gone? Here it is. How many sandbox maps have been created in 2015? And you must answer in millions. So it could be like 1.2 million, 1.3 million, 1.4 million, etc., etc. So if you know the answer to that question, how many sandbox maps were created in 2015, answer that with the link sent by Chains of Pains, a lovely helper. Use that Google forum link to answer. Use your Tanki Online nickname and answer to that question. Answer in millions, so it could be like 1.2 million, 1.3 million, etc., etc. And the winners will be selected a few seconds after the giveaway.
Excuse me. So
right.
Tony,
you guys, sorry, 1 second. You guys actually have a box to tick and whatnot, so it's a lot easier. Select it from there. Sorry, go on, Zachary.
Sorry, I was about to say, do you think Sandbox is the most popular map in Tanki Online today?
Either Sandbox or Zone, because those 2 are maps that a lot of people play XBBP on, and XBBP is without a doubt one of the most, if not the most, popular formats to play. But I do like the fact that in matchmaking you don't get to choose maps, although some might disagree with me. You get to play other maps that I wouldn't have personally played myself before. So that's a nice touch. Whenever I play matchmaking, I get a different maps that I wouldn't have played, and you get to know different maps as well. So that's a nice touch. But talking about popular maps, I think it's got to be Sandbox or Zone, one of the 2. Or Garder as well, actually. Garder is quite popular.
Yeah, indeed. Those small maps are really popular. I like small maps. I'm a fan. I'm more of a person that likes those faster paced games. I love killing more people. And then like bigger maps, medium maps.
No, I agree.
They're all right for me.
We're about stealing your mother's credit card. How much do you like that?
Oh my god.
We're gonna go back
There's
to
nothing
every single time.
Okay, I'll do some proof then. I'll give you some proof.
Give me some proof. No, listen, guys, Zachary. I actually, when we were talking about it beforehand, people were talking about how they were going to make a forum post just for you, just so they could write that you steal your mother's credit card. I'm looking forward to those comments.
Everybody. I mean, I barely check the forum, so I mean, if you guys want to.
No, listen. If I look around and I see them, I'll be sure to send it to you in DMs. Anyhow, the time for that question is over, and the correct answer was 7.7 million. 7.7 million was the answer to that question. If you answered correctly, winners will now be drawn out and be given their promo codes if they win. Crime says he chose 7.7 for no reason because he likes 7. You know what? 7 is my favorite number too. So I guess Crime and I have a lot more in common.
Yeah, lucky 7s.
Yes, lucky 7. Lucky 7 is a paint actually. Quite nice paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Beast chose 7.7 because he remembers reading it on the wiki. See, the wiki is a great what's the word? A resource, right? It's a great resource to check up on your facts, check up on anything you want to know. Everything is there, and hats off to those that work on the wiki, like Chains of Pain, of course. Anyhow, the people that answer correctly are now on your screen, and out of them will be chosen the correct so some of the winners, which are Tino356, Saryam 2345 underscore the underscore master B9L who won again, and a miss underscore guess. You guys, you and the other people that have won will be contacted in the Tanki Online English forum. Like I've said over and over and over again, please go onto the Tanki Online English forum and log in. You will be given the promo code sent to you by Chains of Pain in the private messages in the form of a promo code. And let's hope you get something good out of those. And this is it. This is it, really. Once again, a huge congratulations for both of the teams who won 1 point from tonight's game. Both fighting hard for the top reward of the 16 million crystals and module, the paint, and many other fancy things. Ladies and gentlemen, tankmen and tankwomen, Pepe and potatoes, and everybody else in between, thank you so much for joining me, joining us, sticking with us throughout the entire live stream. And I've been Mikaelson, and I just wanted to say once again a huge thank you to everybody who took part in the conversations. Thank you for the good laughs, Zachary as well, and everybody else. I've had an absolute pleasure and a ball commentating tonight, and we will see you on our next stream, which will be scheduled very soon. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you turn your notifications on to get notified once and if we schedule a live stream. Thank you for having me, and thanks for tuning in. Have a lovely night, stay warm, and I shall see you very soon. Goodbye, everyone, ladies.
Cheers.